Tomorrow is the 17th of July, and a big rumor and speculation is that Kyrie Irving will be traded either at some point tomorrow or Monday. And that very well could be the case, right? Summer League will be coming to an end, so why not get the deal announced, right? The idea and thought process is, okay, the NBA wants to highlight the Summer League, and they want that to be the kind of focus. So any big things that are going to take away from Summer League isn't going to get done until after Summer League. The word on the street in Las Vegas is that the deal was already done. The sports books even raised the price for Kyrie going to the Lakers, all of those things. Many people might be thinking well, why does it matter? Or no, it's just a theory, it's just an idea. Well, it very well could be. And I'm not saying that is 100% what it is, that the fact that they're in Summer League means that there's no announcements. They're not going to get a trade done, anything like that. But there is word and talk that the deal has already been done. I mean, even Woj and Brian Windhorst, they didn't flat out say the deal's done, but they did say the other day that both sides know and have an understanding of what the trade is going to look like. And not just that, but we haven't heard anything since Summer League started. Right? The only thing that's really happened is the Ayton match, which isn't huge blockbuster news. And the other thing was Gallo being signed. But that was something that we've known about for weeks before that officially happened. Outside of that, there have been no major traction, moves, anything. Even the Donovan Mitchell trade, right? We don't hear any movement or traction. And it was just announced. You'd think that there'd be all these deals, all these offers. You'd think it would be KD 2.0. But yet we haven't heard anything, which I really think things will start ramping up very likely Monday with these players. Whether the deal gets done Monday or not, I think it's very likely that it'll ramp up. But there's also a new report that the Kyrie Irving trade for Russell Westbrook has no real traction, that the Lakers aren't really desperately trying to pursue Kyrie Irving, that they're both just kind of playing hey, we'll get to it when we get to it type thing. And Janine Buss, she even added and further validated that Rob Pelinka, what he said in regards to upgrading the roster, that they're not done, deals are still to be made, beyond just even trying to go after Kyrie. Even if they get Kyrie, they want to do more moves. They want to, try to improve the roster as much as possible. And that was further validated. Another big thing that's kind of gotten the wheels turning in the Kyrie Irving to the Lakers deal is the fact that Kyrie Irving skipped the Drew League today. LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan played in the Drew League today. It was super hyped, super excited. I even have the full game on this channel. If you want, I'll even link it down in the description below. If you didn't catch the LeBron James Drew League game, well then go check that out after this video. But Phil Handy and Kyrie Irving were hanging out today. Kyrie Irving was helping Phil with his camp and stuff like that, and kind of just doing that thing. And many people think oh, here it is. Here is the sign that he is going to the Lakers. Another breadcrumb, so to speak. And it very well could be. I mean, it is very telling. And I do believe there have been a lot of breadcrumbs, a lot of clues, a lot of things pointing to Kyrie Irving going to the Lakers. But I don't want to put too much into this, just because, that's the reason I put the Cleveland Kyrie and Cleveland Phil Handy on the image that you're seeing on the screen right now, is because they have a relationship. They've had a relationship for years and years. And Kyrie has spoken very highly of Phil Handy in the past. And Phil Handy has even spoke very highly of Kyrie. I mean, Phil Handy at one point said Kyrie is the most skilled player ever. Not necessarily the best player ever, but just the most skilled in regards to the fundamentals, his dribbling, his handles, shooting the ball, scoring, finishing at the rim, all of those things, that he might be the most skilled player ever. So they both have spoke very highly of each other in the past. They both have had a very good relationship. So it makes sense. He's in LA. So is Phil Handy. Hey, let me go help out with Phil and forego the Drew League with, all of the media and everything that's going on right now, the circus and everything just kind of being on the spotlight there. As much as myself and all of us would have loved to see Kyrie Irving in the Drew League playing alongside LeBron James or even against LeBron James, I think it would have been great. But in reality, it is nice that he went and did that for Phil Handy. And I do think that there is a little something there. Got to imagine that they at least had a conversation about it. Phil's hey, so what's going on? You coming or what? I'm sure that there was some talks, some discussions. How heavily, that's up for speculation. But the Kyrie thing, like I said, I think it's more likely than not it's still going to happen. Whether it happens tomorrow, Monday, a week from now, a month from now. I mean, they have until September basically to get a deal done before the off season's over. So there isn't no immediate rush, and a lot of these things take time. A lot of these trades, a lot of these deals, like some of the biggest trades we've gotten have always taken time, and they usually don't happen immediately. It usually takes weeks. It's just in hindsight when you look back, it's like, man, like they traded James Harden immediately, but in reality, it took like 2 months for them to finally get the James Harden deal and the trade done. Very rarely do these deals are immediate, but I do think that at least the inherent, like, hey, this is what you're gonna get, this is what I'm gonna get, I do believe that that's done. The little nuances and like, this, that, and the other. Is there going to be a third team involved? Are the Spurs going to take Westbrook? Like, what's going to happen? All of those things, I think, are the things that likely may still need to be worked out. And of course, now with Russell Westbrook, he fires his agent. That just adds more fuel to the fire. And it's just this ever-growing fire, right? It started off as a little smoke, and it got fanned, and it just keeps raging and raging, and more, more Kindle just keeps getting thrown into the fire, and it just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And so, I think sooner or later, this is going to get done. I just think at this point, Kyrie to the Lakers makes all the sense in the world. The Lakers got to get rid of Westbrook at this point. Sy, the owner of the Nets, he wants Kyrie gone. There was all those reports of Sean Marks getting extended, and then immediately it came out that no, he was not extended, and that, he may be in jeopardy of his job because Sy is fed up. I mean, Sy even himself came out and said, he'd rather have a 40-win team that he's proud of than this team, and all of that stuff. He wants Kyrie gone. He doesn't want the headache. And I mentioned it in a video where I really broke it down. Like, you got to remember, this guy is a businessman, right? And in business, you cut your losses. You make an investment, which they did. They made an investment in Kyrie and KD. It didn't work out. You don't sit there and try to find a way to make the investment work when it's a sinking ship. You get off the ship and you go to the next one. And so that's how he's looking at it. He's looking at it as the problem is Kyrie Irving. He's a headache. He's drama. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to commit, all this stuff. Whether you feel the same way or not, that's how the owner looks at it. The owner, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. You might think Kyrie's the most dependable person ever, but it doesn't matter how you feel about it. You're not the owner of the Nets. And the owner of the Nets thinks that Kyrie Irving is a flake, that he's not reliable, and that, he's just too much of a headache and wants him gone. He wants to get rid of him. I mean, he's been very open about that. And so I just think it's a matter of when, not if, when Kyrie Irving officially becomes a Laker. But anyway, as always, is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think, yes, Kyrie Irving is going to get traded tomorrow or Monday? If I'm being honest, I think it's more likely Monday. That's why a lot of the videos, like, the word is on the 17th, but I don't think it's going to be the 17th. I think it'll be the 18th, Monday. Or it'll be like really late after, the final Summer League game, where it'll be, at like 9 p.m. or something like that on a Sunday. But like, depending on where you live, it's the 18th. I just don't think that we're going to wake up tomorrow morning and at like, 7 in the morning, it's going to be announced that Kyrie's traded. But who knows? I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be announced right now while you're watching this video, for all we know. But I think it'll more likely be Monday or Tuesday, something along those lines, especially if the deal really is already done, then I think it gets done immediately. I think it'll be probably first thing Monday morning, we'll get the announcement. We'll wake up, boom, Kyrie Irving is officially a Laker. That'll probably be the route they'll go. And if that happens, that adds so much more credibility to like everything that happened in Vegas, right? It doesn't fully mean that because coincidence happens, things happen. They might have worked out the deal today, but they're like, hey, let's wait till Monday. Let's sit on it for a day or whatever. There's always that possibility. But I think realistically, I think this deal gets done. But do you feel the same way? Do you not? What do you want to see develop? What did you think of this year's Summer League? All of those things. I'd love to hear down in the comment section below. And of course, Kyrie Irving and Phil Handy. Do you think no, it's not too much to, don't look too much into it. It's, they have a relationship. They've always spoke very highly of each other. It's just Kyrie trying to extend a hand to a friend, to a mentor, somebody he looks up to, and he's just doing his part. Do you think that? Do you not? Let me know down in the comment section below. One last little shameless plug is I did start As It Stands Lakers. It is a channel just like this, dedicated to only the Lakers, because the Lakers are my favorite team. And on this channel, As It Stands, I talk about all teams, all sports, stuff like that. We have football season coming up, so I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. And I just wanted to make a dedicated channel to the Lakers to give the ins and outs. Now, all the big stuff, all the big news and stuff, I will still post here on this channel. But if you want all the ins and outs and just rumors and theories and just discussions just strictly on the Lakers, link down in the description or in the comment section. Go check out the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.